Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob, and I'm joined by Matt and Mike, and we're about everything. Say hi, guys.
Goodbye.
Well, fuck you too.
Okay, before we get to today's topic, how y'all doing?
Oh, I'm all right. Today's my mom's birthday. She's 60. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm sorry I'm not at the party at the moment. There's a party going on downstairs while I'm doing a podcast. So I just want to let her know that I care. It's just I've got this going on too. So and otherwise I'm good.
We love you, fifth mum.
Yeah.
Can you still breastfeed?
Whoa.
No.
That's too filthy.
Oh, shit.
Don't breastfeed.
Jesus,
All right,
you guys.
crazy. All right, Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just a Saturday, man. That's all I gotta say.
It feels like a Sunday.
It really does. Like, it's dragging pretty bad.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school yesterday because I wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up with a major migraine.
Oh, God.
Have you tried smacking your face against a wall repeatedly till it goes away?
I've tried that, but then it made it worse.
You know what? My doctor told me that I had brain damage when I did that, but I told him, nah. I was more so banging my head up against the wall. I told him, so there's no way. I mean, I did hear a crack and some kind of voice saying, "Can you hear me, Michael?" But you know, that's no
okay.
big
First
deal.
off, that's either your brain cracking or you're officially a schizophrenic.
I
I'm
still
going
can't
with the
explain
latter.
the voice in my head, though.
That's the
There
schizophrenia,
it
my
is
friend.
again. Oh, and now it's whispering that I have to blow up the toilet here soon. Okay,
Please no.
keep that in mind. Yeah, and the toilet that my stepdad does not like me using.
Well, sucks to be him. I'm going to blow it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up. But otherwise, we're all right, Jacob. How about you?
All right. I'm doing good. Been playing some of my old games.
Mhm.
Nothing much else.
Man, we're boring.
Yeah, we're old fuckers.
I
Yeah.
used to have stories, and then ever since I told that toilet story, I feel like I can't tell a story anymore.
I think that's a good thing. We don't need 20-minute stories with Mike every episode.
I know. I'm holding back. So, no more.
No more. No
So,
more.
all right, next. So today's topic is streaming services versus physical media, like DVDs, Blu-rays, game discs, 4K Ultra, all that shit.
Love it.
And when I told my mom I was doing this, she's like, "Are you going to bring up the newspaper?" And I was like, yes. I'm bringing up the newspaper.
Technically, the newspaper does do physical and digital now, so it is part of the discussion.
And I totally look at those. Wink, wink.
Hey, Mike,
I should say ding, ding, but
just so you know, how else did you think you found out about Ragnarok?
You too.
It's the articles, you dick. The articles.
No, I know by YouTube videos.
Well, also today I also like to bring up how there's I have some pros and cons on each topic with streaming services and physical media. Here's a con about streaming services. In my opinion, they're stealing profits from movie theaters. Like for some streaming services, they have the movie playing in theaters and the movie streaming on the streaming service for about a month.
Well,
basically the same time that the thing is playing in theaters.
Well, the problem, not really a problem, but the reason why they did that is because obviously COVID. Everything was shut down, so...
I know about COVID, but there's still other, like, productions still releasing their movies without having.
And there's no excuse now to release it on streaming services because theaters are up and running. Shit, they're
And the
going out of
thing,
business
too,
because
like,
of it.
The last time I went to a movie theater was when I saw Jungle Cruise. There was no one in there but me, my grandma, and my dad. That's it. There was nobody
I
in there.
had the same exact experience when I went to go see Endgame. There was me, my brother, and like 3 other people.
And also with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh wait, I saw Boss Baby too. I saw Boss Baby too, and it was just me and my mom.
Wow. Yeah, like the way I feel about it is like I love physically experiencing it, you know, and like I love going to the movies. I would rather see something new on the big screen. But I'm the kind of guy that doesn't really like people. And that sounds kind of odd, but I'm more so a loner. And I prefer to be alone most of the time. So I was happy when I saw there was nobody in there, even though I know that's bad for the business. But I find it so beneficial anymore just to watch it at home in the way of streaming, or basically downloading it digitally, because I don't have to interact with people. And maybe that's a bad thing, because it's like now I can be lazy about it. There's no adventure to it. That's the thing that I like about going to the movies. It's like we're going on forth to the theaters, and it's like we're going on an adventure. You know, it is. It's like an adventure. You have to park. You got to go into the theater. You got to wait in the line, and then you got to pick your popcorn. You know, and then there's the climax, and where you're heading into the theater, and then you get to sit down, and then you got that real fucking annoying guy behind you, and then you got the guy who won't stop stand up with his phone, and then you got the girl who keeps farting or belching or whatever. You know, it's a big journey.
Yeah. Here's a funny theater story before we move on. Me and my family went to go see Eternals last year, and there was this big middle-aged fat guy with a beard snoring the fuck out of the back row. Just snoring. He was like as soon as the movie started, he was just.
Okay. How the fuck do you fall asleep in a movie theater? That shit's not the quietest place in the world.
My dad did it. I'm serious. My dad actually did it. I think he did. And I'll tell you something else he did was he somehow got his 3D glasses mixed with his sunglasses. So he was watching Amazing Spider-Man with sunglasses on. And he kept telling me, this looks horrible. And I'm like, Dad, it looks great. And he's like, this looks like shit. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. And then at the end of the movie, he finally realized it. It was so good. I fucking ratted on him for months. It was so good. I would say another really funny thing that happened, and I am so fucking serious about this. We went to go see Jurassic World. It was crowded as hell, and across from me was this fairly large lady, and she was to my left. I'm at the bottom row, pretty much, and the part where the Indominus Rex like brings down the helicopter. So, or I can't remember how it exactly happens, but the helicopter comes down, it explodes, and then the I-Rex roars. At the same time it roared, the lady yawned in perfect sync with the roar. And I try not laughing. It was fucking hard. It was so good. It was like, oh shit. But fuck, I just froze. Jacob, move on the conversation.
So, do you guys have any, like, do you have a large spectacle of physical media, like DVDs, games, discs?
Yeah. I still
Blu-ray?
got games from when I first bought my PS4 like 5 years ago.
Yep. Me too.
And, do you still use your discs once in a while?
Yeah. Well, yeah, all the time.
If they weren't in my closet.
I I prefer disc over digital, but it's like I said, my dislike towards crowds and just people in general.
It makes where you don't want to go get them.
Yep, I'm developing this unhealthy thing where it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna download because it's gonna be crowded over there. And,
I mean, that's what I started doing.
I mean, I did that with God of War Ragnarok. Like, I would rather have the physical copy. I probably could have just pre-ordered the physical copy, but I was right there on my PlayStation store, and I was like,
fuck it.
I might as well pre-order it. It'll be right on my PlayStation when it comes out. And then I did it because it's like I don't have to wait in line. But at the same time, I don't know what it is, but anytime I download something, I don't feel like I own it.
Right.
And what's the beauty of like a physical copy? You can hold it. And it's almost like a trophy.
I mean, Mike, you can hold your digital copies. You just gotta pick up the entire console and cradle it.
Oh, God of War Ragnarok! Yeah!
Oh, Outlast.
Oh, yeah! Hyper Light Drifter!
I just
can feel all of it!
I just don't recommend doing it with the computer. The fuckers get heavy.
So for me, you guys already know I have a shit ton of DVDs. If you guys would go see back in the hobbies episode, I think Matt showed a picture of it. Did you?
I have no idea. That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can barely remember what I ate for breakfast today.
I more still listen than I actually look at the screen.
He has dementia. We're moving on. Okay, so what do you guys think about streaming services?
I mean, I love Discovery Plus.
I'm gonna say
You're gonna
this.
get rid of that?
I used to be strongly against it. I used to be so pissed off at these services because it's like Primal for a long time. I couldn't get a hold of it because it was only on HBO. Right? Yeah, it was only on HBO. And I didn't have Adult Swim channel because fucking TV sucks. It's just commercial after commercial.
Right.
So I was pissed off, and I didn't like streaming because it basically took away from people being able to actually watch something, right? And it's like, oh well, if you want to do that, you got to get on this thing. And I used to be like that, but here we go again. I am starting to like it more. I'm starting to like that I've got all these options, right? I love all the options. I love the fact that I can just go to it and watch it. It's really nice. I will say it does suck relying on the internet because depending on the kind of internet you have, it can really fucking suck and it can load and freeze, depending on where you live too. But Jacob, I know you're going to say that you prefer physical. I do too. Especially for me, I prefer Blu-ray. And I used to not care about Blu-ray. I used to think, it's overrated. And then I started buying like older movies and stuff. And like the Alien films. Holy shit, changed my whole experience. So when it comes to Blu-ray, I don't so much get new movies because it doesn't really change the experience. I think Blu-ray serves better for movies that you couldn't really see as clearly. They're older. It's the pixelation's lower. It's more grainy. And then you get it on Blu-ray and it's like you watch a Godzilla movie and it's like, holy shit, I can see the strings.
I can see the zipper.
Yeah, and it's funny, but at the same time, it's like man, it really allows you to experience that cool shit in a whole completely different way. The only thing I don't like about Blu-ray, which I experienced with my PS3, is that the Blu-ray lasers can go bad. And that is extremely annoying because, and I don't know if that was just because of my PlayStation. It's the only thing Blu-ray wise that I've seen go bad in my life, but Yeah, when it comes to physical, when movie wise or show wise, I'm all about the Blu-ray, all the way.
Yeah, for me, mostly, I would get a DVD because, for me, in my opinion, it's easy to play DVDs. Like basically any console,
Yeah,
you play not every console, but basically today's consoles like the PS4, the PS3, like or the Xbox One X or whatever Xbox is doing right now. They can play DVDs.
yeah, almost everything can play a DVD, and that's great. I completely agree with you on that. But the experience is so much better on Blu-ray, and you can still physically own it. That's the awesome part of it.
There's only one problem I have with Blu-ray.
Go on.
And this is on the anime side of things. The audio is mixed really fucking low.
Really?
Yes, like I have this is going to go into a tangent on top of a tangent. I have the same anime and its OVA on one on DVD, one on recently released Blu-ray. DVD?
Yeah.
I got my TV on 15. A little louder than normal, but I can hear fucking everything. I pop in the Blu-ray, it has to be 25 to 30 to hear anything because the sound quality is better, but it's not necessarily louder.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
I will say this, and it's like I said, like I love Blu-ray, but when it comes to a new modern movie or anything modern, I wouldn't get it on Blu-ray just because there's no point. It doesn't change the experience. But the thing is like if you get an older movie from like the 70s, 80s, or whatever, it's so different. Like it's so worth the Blu-ray when it comes to an older film. It's just so much better.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Who?
You're the one that was talking.
No, I was finished talking.
Oh, it actually, when you bring up that, I just want to bring up 4K Ultra.
Never
So-
experienced it.
Me and my brother, when I was at his house for a weekend, for my birthday, my mom's boyfriend got me the Jim Carrey Grinch for 4K. Then me and my brother watched it because you know me, I watch Christmas movies during different seasons. Yeah, and I can really tell the difference between it. It's much more vibrant. You can really like his eyes. If you guys ever seen Jim Carrey's The Grinch, like you can really tell the detail on his fur and the eyes. It is very, very good to see a movie that kind of like Jaws. Jaws was one of the first movies to get a new 4K release, and you can really tell the difference in that movie.
It almost makes it a new experience.
Yeah. Matt, do you have anything to say?
At the moment, no, I do not.
So, I want to still bring this up to help to make my mom happy. Newspapers. They're when I get the mail once in a while, I still get like a small excerpt of a newspaper, mostly like coupons or something like that. Then if you go online, there's like these like extensions on your phone. Like I'll say this as an example, like Honey. Honey can make you find like coupon codes for shit like that. Like if you're gonna order food online, Honey can hook you up with a digital coupon code. All that. Really cool.
I'm going to say that I don't think I've ever picked up a newspaper in my whole life. And the thing is like, I would very much prefer the digital. I don't want to be this guy, but the digital kind of saves trees. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, dude, I go to the mailbox and there's all this like junk that I don't even look at. Never even asked for it. Just a bunch of stupid shit. And all I end up doing is throwing it away. And it's like, well, there's a waste of a fucking tree right there. You know, and it's absolutely ridiculous when it comes to the mail. It just pisses me off. I'll get one thing that's for me in the mail. And, you know, it's something important. And then I got like a stack of all this other stuff that's just like, you know, oh, you should join our thing. And, oh, you should get this. And it's like, fuck you guys. Just throw it in the can, burn it, and
the words
put it
of
in
Matt,
someone else's mailbox.
in the word of Matt, you want me to join that? Well, you can suck my dick instead.
What is
It's
this,
ridiculous. Gosh, it infuriates me, man. It makes me so mad. But that's how I feel like. I would rather have digital news, anything news related. I would rather have digital than something on paper. You know, because it's all folded up. You gotta fold it, and then you gotta look at the really small printing. It's like, okay,
And the
where
dog
the fuck is it?
on it.
Okay, where the fuck is it? Whereas on digital, you're just like, what's going on with this today? And then it's like, oh, there it is. You know.
Then,
So I would.
and like back in the day when we had paper boys riding on bicycles, and when it just rained, the fucking paper boy throws it in a puddle.
Yeah.
I mean, paper boys back then didn't give a fuck.
All them paper boys lost their jobs because of digital.
Now they sell. Now they sell newspapers.
Just so you know this, Mike, not all paper jobs are gone.
Oh God.
My brother, his girlfriend does a paper route every morning.
Really?
Yep.
Well, actually, in Albion, there's a guy who walks everywhere, and he just walks and he delivers mail. I mean,
yeah,
and
I see him
that's
every
a
day
hard
when I
job.
head into work.
That is a hard job because he has to memorize everything. Like he has to memorize every house, every route, everything. And it's like, how the fuck do you keep up with all that?
All right, this is the
Crazy.
house with the wire deers for Christmas. This is the house with the cute lady. That's the house with the fucking chihuahua always at the front door.
Oh, that's the house, and where that guy comes out and his arm is bigger than the other because he's watching all that porn.
Giggity.
Giggity. Oh my gosh. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel about that.
All right. And next up, I know we already mentioned this before, but video games. I nowadays do buy digital games off my PS4. I'll give an example. When I first got my PS4, I downloaded the 2 Outlast games. And I still play them once in a while because that's my favorite game of all time. And I gotta tell you, it was really nice getting to play a game I never got to play until basically until I became a teenager. I remember watching when I was like 9 years old. I just discovered Outlast by just scrolling on YouTube. I think I watched like PewDiePie or Markiplier play it. And I was like, this game looks cool. Then when I first got it, I nailed it in one go because I watched everyone play it. I know the lookouts, everything. But I still get scared once in a while if I make a wrong turn, you know.
Say they spoopy, man. The big spoops.
But yeah, and actually some of my games that I have on my PS4 are digital. Like the new WWE game, I have digital. Dying Light, Far Cry Primal. I mentioned that some other episode. Yeah, I've been playing that. Were you gonna say something, Mike?
I was gonna say, go to my Facebook and watch me completely fail at Outlast.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that first level is embarrassing because I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? I don't get this. And it's right there. Go where the button is. I was so stupid. Oh my god. I was so terrified though. It's like,
My mom.
oh wait, he's coming. Oh my god.
Intermission. This is an intermission.
But basically, like when it comes to games, I had already mentioned, like I pre-ordered God of War on the PlayStation Store. I would rather own it physically. I would, but God, I'm such a broken record. I'm just finding more benefits to downloading, even though it just doesn't feel right, you know. And that's the only thing that bothers me. It's like I download, it's like there, and then I go, but it doesn't feel right, you know. And like I'm not going to hold a case, and I'm not going to put the disc in, you know. I'm not going to have that experience. And where basically, if something's wrong, it's like, oh, I just take the disc out and, you know, go and then put it back in or something, you know. I'm just not going to have that cool experience. Oh,
Squeegee effect.
That was me leaving the disc sound effect.
I remember when I was getting my stuff, and I remember making the sound.
Oh, I'm going to tell you guys a secret to clean your disc. Toothpaste.
You stole that from me. I told you that in confidence, Gary.
I don't remember if you did.
I did. I told you. You said you had some scratches on one of your discs, and I told you, "Hey, I have something to help that." And I told you, "Go get some toothpaste and rub it."
No, I watched a video on it. It was a kid using toothpaste on a disc. That's what I remember. But
Now, Mike,
that doesn't matter.
Now, do you know why they say use toothpaste?
Why?
It's like a buffing compound. It has very fine particles in it that'll sand the disc slightly.
Nice. I honestly don't remember though. Maybe it was Jacob. Maybe it was a video I ran into. I don't know.
Maybe it was both, and you just don't remember.
Say.
Yep. I just don't remember.
All right, give me a second. I gotta let my dog in.
No, fuck your dog.
The thing is like I'm completely split on digital and physical. Because I would rather own something, but I find more benefits to digital. Like that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Like
once there's a clean break in the audio,
except for fucking newspapers, which is fucking ridiculous. I'm never gonna pick up a physical newspaper and go, it's a lot better than
Bad.
on my phone and find out what's going on in the world. Oh, wow, this is a lot better than my emails telling me what's happening. I mean, seriously. And we have the news. Who's going to pick up a newspaper when there's the news?
Old people. Nursing home people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fucking old guy walks by the TV. I don't give a shit what's going on there. Let's look at the newspaper. Oh my God, what's going on? And it's what the guy on the news is talking about. What the hell's going on? Oh my gosh.
Oi.
Don't you oi.
Oi, mate. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Canada. Want to throw some shrimp on the barbie?
Oh God. But the thing about downloading a game, which is really nice, is like okay, so like a downloaded digital game, you still don't have to rely on the internet. Only if you have like a PlayStation Plus thing, and where the games are only PlayStation Plus, and you stream the game and blah blah blah, which is stupid, by the way.
Correction. It's quite intelligent, but what they should do is what they've started doing. Let me finish.
It is stupid.
Let
me finish.
I still think it's stupid.
What they should do, if there's going to be an option to stream the game, do what they're doing with the PS1 Classics right now. You can stream them if you want, but you also have a chance to download it or buy it and download it.
Why can't they just make it playable like they do with all the other games that are purchasable, whether they were on the PS1 or the PS2?
Mike, you want to know why? One,
go ahead.
chipsets. You realize that when you play a PS1, PS2, PS3 game on, say, a PS4 or 5, you're emulating it.
Well, they can fucking emulate the other ones.
Because PS2 was actually was fairly complicated to program for. PS3 was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
program for.
But I'm just saying, it's just stupid that we have to stream a game like God of War 2, okay, which I have this PlayStation Plus thing right now, and you can play it on PS3, and yet they can't import it into fucking PS4.
Well, partially, there's a lot of complicated things with that, from copyright problems.
Copyright, PlayStation fucking owns it. I just don't get it.
Correction.
I don't understand it.
Santa Monica Studio owns it. Just because
they're part of PlayStation. God of War was just PlayStation for a long time.
It still is.
Yeah.
Except for the last game that's PC, but even then, that's just one to make more money.
Yeah, that was really stupid. But what I'm saying is like, they can take these old games and they can still emulate them into a newer program. They can find ways to do that. But instead, they're going to make people spend more money by using this monthly thing and say, hey, you can play this, but there's a catch to it.
But you need the fastest internet in the world.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. That's why it's bullshit. And that's what I was getting to, is like, the thing about digital that I find nice when you download a game is like you don't have to have internet when it's downloaded. You can play it, and that's nice. But the thing is, but I was also getting into like, it's stupid that you gotta have internet to play God of War 2. That just ticks me off so bad, because I struggle to play it, because despite how fast my internet is, it still struggles. And it's like, why can't you just make it purchasable? Because I would buy it. I would download and buy it. And it just bothers me. But
trust me, I know how it is. Like, because they could do the same thing with PS Vita games. And you know what I said to that? I said, fuck that. I bought a Japanese Vita, jailbroke the bitch, and just played the fucking Vita games. And PSP games. And PS1 games. They even have some fucking PS2 games that normal guys like you and me hoarded to work on the Vita. Yeah. Like Alien vs. Predator 2000.
Yeah, or AVP Extinction. Oh my God. I'm not even going to get into AVP Extinction, because every time I talk about that, I get so worked up because I know we're never going to see it again. But
I can look at it right
but the
now.
thing is like, I'm so split between physical and digital, and I would rather own the game in my hand. I'd rather put the disc in, but I'm finding myself just going towards digital anymore, just because I could still play it offline once it's downloaded. I could still get the same experience, but I don't have the trouble of going out of my way to go get it.
See, the way I see it is, if I'm split entirely, retro shit, no 3, 2, 1, I'll go physical just for the sheer fact of just it's collecting.
Yeah. And I completely agree with you on that.
And no offense, those 3 consoles, and 4 you could do digital, but those 3 consoles are far better played on original hardware than it is on a computer.
Yeah.
Because even with modern graphics cards, like the new stuff that just came out, some games are still damn near impossible to emulate.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea in how God of War Ragnarok is going to run just downloading it. I would rather have physical, but
just so you know, it is better to actually run off a hard drive than it is a disc.
Yeah.
Because load times are faster, it has less time to process all the information going through.
Oh, because the disc's got to spin and read.
Yeah, and the laser got to read and everything, and it only spins so fast and reads so fast.
That's probably why my Blu-ray laser went bad on my PS3.
Yep.
It's because it just worked so hard to read that Blu-ray. Yep.
And they're prone to go out.
I gotta say though, there's nothing like holding the case and the disc and just knowing that you have it.
Oh, tell me about it.
I mean, dude, if someone downloaded Haunting Grounds, I wouldn't think much of it. But if somebody owned the fucking physical original version, I would go, holy shit. In which I
I
own
was about
that.
to say, Mike, you're talking about yourself here.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm making that as an example of just a case of like, you know, you run into somebody and they're like, well, I got that game, but it's emulated, it's downloaded, you know, and it's like, oh, but if somebody you ran into had that exact game, but it's really hard to get a hold of physically, the original version, you would fucking shit. You would,
Like, I had this moment with, I went to an old game store. They
Yeah.
as far as I know, they went out of business. They used to sell Magic and Warhammer shit, but they moved from a small location to a large location. And my guess is the lease overwhelmed everything, and COVID happened, and they went out of business. They had a small corner for video games.
yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to resist picking up a copy of an extremely rare game and just sit there and hold it in your hands? Because you know what I found there, Mike? Kodelka.
Oh, what is that game? I've never heard of it.
Kodelka was a survival horror tactical RPG.
Oh, cool.
A copy
That
of
sounds
Kodelka
awesome.
costs well over $200.
Damn.
You know how tempted I was to buy that, but didn't have the money at the time?
Oh, God.
Just swipe it.
Oh.
Big regret, man. Big regret.
See, the thing is like when I was a kid, I didn't know what was rare or not rare. I didn't care about that, you know. I didn't know what was made in Germany. I had so many PS2 games. Like maybe I had some gems and I didn't fucking know it. You know what I mean? Like I wish I knew because I don't know if I did now. I had so many of them and they're gone. Just that really still bothers me. My dad just went and sold them.
That's why I attempt to go to Mega Replay once a year, Mike, and just see what the hell they have. Because I found copies of games that me and my brothers used to play constantly. $80 game. I found it for $16. Had the manual, the original case, fucking everything.
You know what? When I was a kid, I remember when the first God of War came out, and I remember it being like $72 or something like that. And I just remember like my dad renting it, and I just fucking fell in love with it. And then finally we ended up buying it because I ended up renting it so much that because I didn't want anything else.
Like, I didn't Mike, might as well buy it.
Yeah, he was just like, aren't you gonna rent another game? Like, no, I'm not even done with this one, you know, because it was hard. Like God of War 1 is fucking hard. And the camera is all fucked up too, but that's another story. But I just remember being like obsessed with God of War for a long time. It was my favorite game. It used to be. It was like nothing was better than God of War for me. And finally we ended up getting it. But to think it used to be $70 or over at that time is mind-blowing compared to what it would cost now. You know, it would probably be like 20 or less or something like that.
No, I think a copy of God of War is like $10-15 now.
Yeah, it's pretty low. I was really shocked in how cheap Darksiders 2 was when I got it. I bought that fucker for $8 unused. Isn't that fucking crazy?
I've bought some shit, man. I bought some shit.
Yeah. And that nuts though? Brand new definitive edition for $8 fucking dollars. And I didn't understand why it was $8 because I would have paid way more than that. I would have. But no, they were all $8. And I was like, okay. Cool.
I think
So
trying to think of the most expensive retro game I've bought. Fuck. Because you can't say, oh, I bought an expensive modern game because they're all fucking expensive. They're modern.
yeah,
The prices don't degrade over time.
I would say Ragnarok is the most expensive modern I've gotten because the kind of guy I am is usually when a new game comes out, I wait a while And then if the price goes down, cool. If it doesn't, I'll go later and get it. But yeah, I usually don't buy them when they first come out. I usually don't. So there's only certain games I do that with. And I was debating. I was like, do I really want to get this version of Ragnarok? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want the full experience. I want the full on experience. So I just got the $80 version, and I don't know if I'm gonna regret it, but
I mean, I've read what comes in the $80 version. You might.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, it sucks for me because I have to pay at least $70 myself because, I'm the dumbass that bought a PS5.
Well, just keep saving that money if you can,
I got like $700 in car parts to buy.
Yeah. I understand. When there's things that you like to do or obligations you have, you got to put money into it.
Yep.
Sucks.
Thankfully, my other car, I don't have to do anything to.
Yeah.
I gotta replace the one sensor and it's done.
Yeah. Well, that's like another game that it was FNAF. I never thought it would make it to console.
Right.
And my experience with it was watching it. And
Same.
I watched Markiplier play it because that was the guy I watched. He is my gaming YouTuber guy. That's who I always watch. And I thought, I'm never going to play it, so I might as well just watch him. Then it comes to PlayStation, right? It comes to console. And I'm like, I know everything, but I never got to play it or experience the challenge. I still need to play it. I don't know. Oh, I remember why now. It's because it's so awkward on the controller.
Right.
It would probably be a lot better on a keyboard and mouse. But the fact of being able to own it physically, which I have physically owned, which is really cool, it made me feel better than actually downloading it because I was going to download it and I kept debating. And then I went to GameStop and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to get these games. And I felt so much better buying it. Like it was just it's such a moment when you pick up the case and go to the register. There's just nothing like it. It's like I said about the movie theater. It's almost like an adventure, man. It's almost like you're, building up to the climax and then you get to the big moment. It's like you put in the disc and there's just nothing like it, whether it's games, movies, or anything. Even music. even like putting in a music disc. There's just something satisfying about having a physical copy. It's so much different. There's more benefits to digital, and I'm such a broken record, but I think if you had to force me to choose, if you put a gun to my head and said, you have no choice but to choose one of these two things, and whatever you choose, you cannot go to the other ever again, I would say physical. I would have to go physical.
That's where I'm the complete total opposite, because even though my Wi-Fi is dookie, I'll gladly not have to drive 35 minutes to go pick up a game.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, I think about me is like, you guys know I'm old school. I'm a caveman. And I mean, dude, you guys even know, like, I don't like phones. I don't like my own phone. I can't stand having a phone. I usually turn off my phone when I go home. I have my phone on while I'm working, and then I turn it off when I get home because I don't want to fucking listen to it. I don't want it to ring. I just don't like them. And, a part of me doesn't want the world to go too digital, And I think an interesting discussion that we need to get into is like artificial intelligence in the far future, because that on its own is a really deep discussion. But you got things like Netflix and all this stuff, and it's cool. I've had Netflix, I have Disney Plus, and it's cool. I love it. But the problem is like it doesn't have that experience, right? It doesn't have that sense of adventure, and I don't know. There's just something about it that just feels off. It feels dubbed down. You know what I mean? It's just not the same.
I mean, I think I only had one true journey like that for digital.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when Borderlands 3 was released. Because me, my brother, our friend Kat stayed up till fucking midnight that day. Keep in mind, me and my brother worked second shift. We get off at 10.
Yeah.
Back then, we didn't get home until about 10:45. So we're fucking dead. And we're like, you know what? We're calling in tomorrow. Let the marathon begin. And we sat there. We all just sat there and talked shit for an hour 15 till it hit midnight and that game came out.
Yeah, that's really great. I would say the best digital experiences I've had is waiting for new Black Ops zombie maps. Just like
So that was epic back in the days doing that too.
Oh man, I miss the old days when it felt so awesome. Nowadays, when there's a new zombie map, it's like I don't fucking care anymore. Like I haven't even thought about zombies in forever. But man, back in the day of like Cold War and Black Ops.
Right, Black Ops when it's like, oh shit, we're going to the fucking moon. We're going to the moon.
Dude, I miss that. I miss that awesome experience. And I think the thing that digital was doing more brilliantly, I should say, is like people had never experienced just like getting on YouTube and then seeing the trailer and then everybody talking about it and getting hyped. Nowadays, that's just so normal and it doesn't feel like a big deal anymore. Honestly, but back then, man, yeah, that was about the closest thing for me, was just getting hyped for something, you know, and the only way you could get it was to purchase the DLC. It's usually DLC stuff, right? Like a DLC level or like a new attachment to the game, more experience to the game, you know, more story, whatever the case is. Like that was always exciting, but man, there's just nothing like waiting days and days for something, for like a movie, a game, or whatever. And then also it's like, it's time to go. We're going to get it. And then you're so excited on your way over. And then you see it and you're like, there it is, man. There it is. There's just nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
You know, since Mike's bringing up Ragnarok every 14.3 seconds this episode, everyone had that moment when God of War 2018 was revealed.
See, I had a really different reaction at the time, and it was very negative. Like people did not want to talk to me about God of War 2018, and I'm not trying to bring up the new Ragnarok, but that's the only like digital thing that I'm downloading recently, and that's about it. Like that's about as far as it goes digitally in terms of downloading. But like when it came to that game, I wasn't happy with the new Kratos design. I wasn't happy with the new camera view and blah blah blah. We've talked about this shit before. But yeah, man, there's just nothing like physically owning a game for me. There's so much more benefits to digital, and things run better on digital, like you said. And that's great. And I would definitely go with digital because of that. You know, it's better on my system and stuff. But in terms of like experience and knowing that you actually have something, there's just nothing like holding it, man. There's just nothing like, you know, showing the disc, and there's just nothing like it.
See, I can actually translate that to
get better than this.
It does get better when it's a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that is media.
Yeah. Digital, you know something. When I was reading comics and manga and stuff, I was mostly reading those online.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm the same way. Like, I read manga literally at least 5 chapters every day. Because obviously there's nothing to do sometimes. Just got to do something. But then I go through them. Yes, I read them digitally. I'll go and I'll buy the physical.
Yeah. I have to say, though, and this is going to sound kind of weird, but I actually have a better experience with the digital version because there's something about like seeing it more clearly. I don't know how to explain it. I oddly have a better experience. It's really weird. And yeah, I just got done saying like, man, there's nothing like holding it, you know? Yeah. But, yeah. I'm so powerful with this disc in my hand. But I don't know.
I did
When
that.
it comes to like comics and stuff, there's something about reading it digitally. I wouldn't say it's the benefit of just looking it up for me. I would say there's just some. It's like a different experience. Kind of like Blu-ray version, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Digital reading, the Blu-ray of media.
The Blu-ray of graphic novels.
The 4K of picking up a book.
Hey guys, look, we have Blu-ray 3D graphic novels.
That sounds so shit.
I'm going to keep my thought to myself on that one.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
Oh God. Oh my belly.
Jacob, I'm so sorry you were quiet for most of that segment.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to end up saying it, Mike. If it's 3D and it's 4K, imagine the high resolution jigglies.
But there's something else to it. Every time you turn the book, the pictures begin to move.
So you're telling me I'm just watching 3D anime then? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go fucking watch anime then.
Wow, look at this page. Every time I turn it or move it, it moves. Oh God, fuck that.
That's redundant, my friend.
Oh shit. Jacob, are there any more questions?
I don't think so, man. But I feel like we made a breakthrough.
Oh God, back to the... So Jacob, if we made a breakthrough, does that mean that you had a problem?
Oh yes, he just might have some kind of problem now.
No, I had a situation, then I shit my guts out. That was the problem.
So you have...
So he did have a problem.
I will slap the shit out of you.
That sounds like a problem.
A problem.
You're gonna have a... Hey, you're gonna have a problem right
Hey
now.
guys, my Blu-ray laser's not working.
Sounds like you have a situation.
Sounds like I have a problem.
Sounds like you have a situation.
That just sounds so stupid though. Wow, that sounds like a situation.
Sounds like we're in a fucking war room for the army or some shit. Sergeant, we have a situation.
Listen here, boys. We have a situation that we have to take care of. You made a problem, sure? You shut up, maggot.
I guess there's only one more thing they can discuss, and that's the updating of media between physical and digital. Like how they're updated.
Yeah.
Because this is the tangent I was going to go on back when I discussed it, because that same anime, Mike, that I have DVD and Blu-ray of, there is one difference between them.
Yeah.
Can you guess what it is?
No.
One is Japanese dub only.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But the Blu-ray copy that came out a couple of years ago, they added the English dub to it. So in a way, if you want updated physical anime, if they were to update like new English dub or whatever soundtrack, you have to shell out even more money.
Oh, so it's kind of like the Dragon Ball Kai version of it.
Right, except for it's actually different.
Oh, I
Actually,
see.
not really.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's
But what the fuck just happened?
that's what we call a situation.
That was such a weird fucking moment that we just had.
Sounds like you have a predicament.
Wow, Matt, it sounds like we're in a predicament.
It sounds like we're in a situation, sir.
It sounds like we have a major malfunction.
We have some major shit
Give
on
me
our
a
hands.
problem! Situation! Shut the hell up!
We have a major situation, ass crack.
I prefer the name Potato Weenus, thank you.
Yeah, freaking Stone Cold going, give me a hell, that's a problem. Hell, that's a situation. Shut the hell up.
Give me a hell yeah.
Heaven, yeah. Shut the fuck up, Chris. Not our friend Chris, a different Chris.
My brother Chris, it's okay.
On Discord. Oh wait, no, he's not.
Imagination Chris. Hey.
My doppelganger.
We have Future Matt, now we have Imagination Chris.
There
we go.
Yeah.
Imagination Chris, do you have anything to say? Yeah, say that. I definitely prefer
we also have Sexy Mike and Absent Jacob.
Oh yes. Did somebody summon Sexy Mike? Get the fuck out of here. Sounds like you have a situation on your hands.
Then Jacob's nowhere.
God dang, we have different versions of us in this fucking show. That's confusing. Except for Future Matt, because it's funnier.
So what I'm hearing is we need Mike have an interview with Sexy Mike. Jacob has an interview with Absent Jacob. I have an interview with Future Matt.
Chris with Absent. No, not Chris with Imagination.
Yeah, freaking Future Matt's like, I know what happens in this moment. I went through it already. In fact, I'm saying just what I already heard, buddy.
Oh, that'd be a pain in the ass to edit. I don't want to do that, please. My brain would have an aneurysm.
What the hell's happening right now?
Tangents.
This episode's total chaos.
I don't know.
Oh.
All right. What? Okay, I have a question to add to this discussion. Yeah. What do you guys think of original versions compared to remasters?
I feel like we already had this discussion like 4 episodes ago.
We did?
Yeah, no, we did it.
No. Not games that need revival, but games that are like, okay, you have the original version and then you have the remastered version.
My honest opinion.
Kind of like Shadow of the Colossus, Destroy All Humans. You know, there's a huge graphics update.
Okay,
blah, blah,
those
blah.
aren't remasters. Those are remakes.
Oh,
there's a difference.
Okay. I thought there was.
No, those are straight up remakes. A remake is where they completely take the engine, everything, to say fuck it, trash can, just build from scratch. Remastered is like what they did with God of War HD collection, Sly Cooper HD collection, where just
those games were exact. No. Now, Destroy All Humans, it was the same exact game. It just had way better graphics.
And that is considered a remake because it took the old engine, the game engine and shit, threw it in the trash can, and then updated it to modern standards.
Okay.
A remaster, like I said, is like God of War HD, Sly Cooper HD, where they just, it's the same exact game, but they just made it a little bit sharper.
Well, that's why I thought those remakes were too.
No, those were complete ground up redones.
Okay. Even though they play exactly the same in everything.
Yep.
It's just the only difference is the graphics.
No, Mike.
Matt.
Mike.
Matt.
Bob.
There's a lot of problems in this episode.
Agent Bob.
Secretary Bob. Margaret.
But you know what I'm trying to get to with my question, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think of the So what do you think of that overall?
In my honest opinion, remasters is literally just a cash grab, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, hey, we're going to take this game that already exists, sharpen everything up a little bit, and then put it on the next generation.
Yeah. For me, again, I'm split. There are some games. Okay, so like Oddworld Apes Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the original.
Oh yeah,
because I think what the original provides compared to the new and tasty fucking stupid version is that the original feels more like a horror game. Whereas while new and tasty has the same level design, same events, everything, right? Same level layouts. It feels it doesn't have that same feeling. It doesn't have the same horror factor because the original had this grainy look. The sound design was scary. And so I would prefer the original just because the experience is completely different, but you're still technically playing the same game.
Right.
So, but then there's other cases where it's like, man, it is really fucking cool to see like a really old game, but now it's got like new graphics. So now there's all these cool new details and stuff. And like Medieval. That was so cool to see, completely updated
Right.
to PS4 standards. Loved it. People went ape shit over Crash Bandicoot. And I think another thing that a remaster or like a remake provides is gameplay enhancements and like smoother controls and stuff like that. Yeah, some things might change for the worst, but I would say overall it's nice to play Spyro and not have the junky controls. It's like a smoother, updated kind of functionality with its controls. So I would say remasters and remakes have an advantage on that. But for some reason, some of those older games are a better experience, not just because they're the original, but there's something and that could be taken away in like a remake or like a remaster. I think I would say remaster an HD version, like you said, Matt. I would say that's the best kind of experience and that you can basically get, in my opinion, unless you just think it needs to be played on its original console, right? The console it was made for, and then you feel that's the best experience.
I do know one HD collection where everyone, and I mean everyone, prefers the original over it.
Oh, go on.
Silent Hill HD collection. Because they fucked.
Okay.
This is how bad Konami fucked that up. Originally, Silent Hill 2 and 3, the HD collection, didn't have the original voice acting.
Oh,
only
that's
2
weird.
People had to petition for 2 to get the rights for the voice actors for Silent Hill 2 in that collection. 3 still didn't have the original voice acting. They fucked up the sound effects. They fucked up cutscenes. They fucked up the soundtrack.
Wow.
They fucked up everything about it. And
you know what's sad is I was actually debating on downloading those.
No, don't. I'll kill you myself.
No, I won't.
But it was so bad that when they were doing the preview screenshots of all the HD graphics, a lot of the original Team Silent developers fucking ripped them a new one.
Oh yeah.
Subtly, like the roads were just look like a black slate. And rough translation says something about the roads being so clean, so pure. It's like, damn, he's coming after you, boy.
It's not supposed to be clean, though.
No, it's
Why
not.
would a place like Silent Hill have clean black roads? Well, the pavement company just came through Silent Hill.
What a budget just came in. We can repave the road to Silent Hill, guys.
Hey, guys, we'll be back later to put a whole bunch of holes in your new road that we actually just put in. I mean, yeah, we could have done all that work before, but we decided to just put the road in and then redo the work. I hate that.
Yeah, that pyramid head guy really wants these roads paved. Let's get it going.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Pyramid Head's like signing something. He's like, "Here you go."
See, all right, I'm going to go on a dumb tangent, even though we're on a dumb tangent of a dumb tangent.
Okay.
Why does everyone really call him Pyramid Head? Besides the obvious.
It's probably because of the obvious reason.
So he has a name. Not a good name, but it's a name.
Yeah, I can never remember his real name though.
Red Pyramid Thing.
Red Pyramid Thing? That's the name?
That's his name. That's his actual canonical name.
That is a stupid fucking name. Pyramid Head sounds way better.
Well, boy, here's the thing though. It's because it wasn't it was designed like that because, like we already discussed, it's supposed to be for one man's mind. That's what he perceived it as. It's not supposed to be Alex and this guy and that guy and this other guy hiding in the corner. It was meant specifically for James. So that's what James named it and perceived it as.
Well, James is a fucking idiot.
I mean, James also killed his own wife. So
I mean, James also has a lack of imagination.
I don't know. Have you seen them nurses? Them leg monsters? Yeah,
there was a time where I thought the nurses were hot for some reason. I don't know why I did.
Honest.
I don't know what the fuck, man. I used to think they were kind of hot. I used to play a game. I'm like, oh, why, hello. You're kind of twitchy today. Do you have a problem I can help you with?
Do you have a situation?
Oh, just spread those legs. Let's see what the situation is over here.
Oh yeah, you need a prostitute.
Oh Jesus.
If you play Silent Hill 2, close your eyes when you first see Pyramid Head.
Nah. Remember the scene in the movie?
No, in the game, it's pretty bad.
I know. You want to know what else is pretty bad?
Oh,
the scene in the movie.
What the fuck was that sound I made?
God
dang.
Get your meat canyon loving ass out of here.
Correction. That was Oni and G.
I'm just gonna start making that sound now anytime somebody's in an argument with me. Oh yeah, well, you want to know what I think?
What have we delved into?
I don't know.
Mike, get back on topic.
Okay, so, but yeah, like, it's like I said, some remasters, there are backfires for sure, but I think overall some remasters are very much worth it. But at the same time, I can understand if somebody wants the true experience, because the true experience is on the original console, on the original disc, and that's what it should be.
I'm just saying, little section I'm going to edit in here. Brain, remember this. You too, future Matt, you fuck. Be very wary of Mike's words with that. Because sometimes the original experience is definitely the most expensive.
Yeah, I know, but I'm kind of on both ends is why I'm saying that. You know what I mean?
I'm on both ends too, because I love original games. I love the originals.
Because the thing is, like, I can understand if somebody says, why would you want the remastered or the experience when you can have the original? Because that's what it's made for. And I understand that. I get it.
Let's put this into perspective for anyone for that tangent of Mike's. I've already mentioned Kodelka being a $200 PS1 game.
Yeah.
Deadass, if they remade it, I'd pick up the remake any day because I'm not paying $200 for that.
Yeah.
Mike mentioned Haunting Ground. That's $120 some odd dollars. They remake that, same damn thing. Rule of Rose, Kuon, all these other highly expensive games, I would recommend getting either an emulator for it and testing your luck with that, or getting a remaster, because that's like the only way you'll be able to experience them unless you got the wallet to support it.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, dude, some games I've never even got to play on like the older consoles. Some of them I've only played on like HD remasters of sorts.
Right.
Like that's just been the only experience that I've been able to have. God of War 2. I didn't get to play that until the PS3, actually. And the same with like Ghost of Sparta. I didn't get to have a PSP. So my only experience was on PS3.
I at least got the experience Chains of Olympus on a PSP. That's actually a pretty cool experience.
I do remember a friend of mine playing Chains of Olympus, but I never got to play it myself. And it was really exciting for me to actually have it, you know, to physically own it.
Right.
I can't play it anymore, of course, but like Ghost of Sparta, it became like one of my top 5 or 3 favorite games of all time. And that's like the one that people put down the most, aside from Ascension, which really gets on my nerves because Ghost of Sparta has like one of the best stories, has some of the best gameplay. I can understand why some people say like, oh, but you're so overpowered. I totally get that part. I will agree there.
I'm
that
sorry,
you
but,
get really fucking overpowered.
we played
You
it-
do too. Like you get so overpowered in Ghost of Sparta, man. It's crazy.
Mike, you said you'll never be able to experience those games again. I gotta wait for you, buddy. Give me a PS Vita.
Oh boy.
Take that shit on the go.
Yeah. I had never had the experience in like a handheld game, kind of experience like that.
In my opinion,
when I got a Switch, it was like this isn't really exciting. I don't know if it's because I was so used to a big TV or I mean I know it's cool and it makes you mobile,
but no, the reason why is because the Switch should have been a legit console. They just put it in the handheld form factor because they didn't want to make a sequel to the 3DS.
Yeah.
What they did with the Wii U, isn't the gamepad like a mobile?
In certain games, yeah, it is.
What, like Mario Kart?
Yeah, I think Mario Kart, Pikmin, I think even used it as a mobile thing. It was certain games. But in my personal opinion, it's like for your first endeavor into mobile consoles, it would have to be a Vita. You could play now.
I was a DS guy.
I had a DS and I had a 3DS, but I prefer the Vita because you have your joysticks. Granted, they're dummy small.
I had a PlayStation 2.
So do I. I still have mine. I put a sticker on it.
Yeah. I had a Nintendo 64.
So dude. I had an N64. I had a PS1, a PS2.
I had a PS1.
No. Oh,
I had
that hurts.
I had
That hurts.
I used to have a PS1, and then I have a PS2. I had a PS3, PS4. I have a Switch, and I used to have an Xbox 360.
Mike, you know what hurts my soul so much?
Huh?
I used to have a copy of Banjo and Tooie.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Banjo and Tooie.
That reminds me of
Super
that
Mario 64.
It's like Rat and Batootie.
It's pretty cool, man.
Gloomy, you're drunk. Go home.
Remember me and Mike watched that after the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good movie. I miss Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, dude. Ratatouille, man, I hadn't seen that in years. It was so good. And we watched that on Disney Plus streaming. And
we also watched Disney's Dinosaur.
Yeah, that was your first time watching it, but like Ratatouille, it was good all the way through. But I forgot how good the fucking end of it is.
About to blow Jacob's fucking mind. I have a DVD copy of Dinosaurs. Back when it first released.
I do, but it won't play anymore.
Mike, mine's unopened.
I have a DVD copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
Oh, with the very terrifying scene.
Yeah. No, I think that's a different.
No, that was 2 if I'm right. I think it was 2.
Yeah.
Yes, with the very terrifying scene. And that's my favorite Ninja Turtles movie of all time.
But dude, like Ratatouille with like the whole critic segment and like that was masterful. Holy fuck. It was so good. Like I was just sitting there in awe. Like I was like, man, this might be one of like best scenes I've ever seen in a movie. Like it blew my mind because most of the movie is good, but like that just like was like, whoa. That was so well done.
He's poisoning the soup.
But
soup.
But yeah, like And so some that Jacob and I have been trying. So some that Jacob and I have been trying to do every week is like we'll get on Disney Plus. He'll pick something, and then he's like, "Okay, what do we watch now?" And I'll pick something, and we'll just sit and watch movies together. And that's just something that we try to do. And I gotta say that streaming is really cool for that. And because both of us can watch at the same time if we have the same streaming service, sometimes I'll just get the physical copy out too, though, and I'll just put it in and
say that this.
Okay.
I can't fucking articulate words, man. Leave me alone.
Well, here's what I think of it.
No, because fucking.
God damn, were you like on fast forward or something?
No.
Sorry, guys. My life's been on fast forward lately. Holy shit. You know what I mean?
Are you done yet?
Dude, it would be so funny if that happened, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I'll tell you this, and that's what I think.
No, I've actually done that at work before.
I'll tell you this, and that's what I think.
No, I literally I walked up to my my supervisor one day before he was fired pretty much, and he's sitting there, he's bitching about something. I don't remember what it was. I think it's because my numbers the day before were low, and I looked down. I'm like, you know what? This is what I think. And I just opened up the door and walked out.
And that's what I think.
It's like, well, that's what I think. Nothing else. Just opens the door, goes back to work.
Bro, yo.
Oh fuck that was so good.
Bro, yo.
Holy fuck.
Bobby. Bro, yo.
You know what? My mom did something today, and she was talking about like the government, and it was about like how people can't be self-employed because the government says no. Well, my mom did this thing, and it was like perfect timing. And she says, you know what? Fuck you. And I said, Mom, you're going to be on a poster, and it's going to be election for mom, and it's going to say, if the government says no, Lisa says, well, fuck you. We probably laughed our
That's my vote.
Here's what I think. Fuck you.
I think 1 year, all of us should get together for the next election and just vote for Cthulhu.
No, let's vote for Eric Cartman.
No, because Cthulhu actually exists.
Let's vote for future Matt.
Please, no.
Yes. Future Matt?
Because legally I'm future Matt and I don't want to be president.
I'll be your campaign manager.
That sounds like a problem.
Sounds like a very unfortunate situation.
It sounds
very
like
unfortunate problem.
like a predicament that we just need to get by.
I think what Jacob is saying is that this whole problem segment is starting to become a problem.
To solve this problem per se, we need to find the situation of said problem. And
I think in order to solve the problem for this particular situation is to get down to the predicament and stop this whole problem segment.
This is starting to become fucking asinine. Okay.
Exactly. That's why it's such a problem.
What about my ass?
My ass is flat. What about what about you?
My ass is dimply, but it's all right.
I think I have the thickest ass in this chat right now.
You know what? There's a big dinner down there right now. I'm gonna see if I can balance it all on my ass, and I bet nothing will fall over.
Probably.
It's so fucking flat, man. It's almost like a table. You know what I mean? It's just like I'll get on all four legs. I'll be like, all right, somebody set the bowl here.
Someone say my favorite word.
Fuck dead.
Bowl?
Table.
Oh, table.
Really old meme. Shoot me.
You know, you liking the word tape. I'm just fucking with you. We're done with that now. All right.
Reminds me of this. I just fucking had it. God damn it. Never mind. Oh, yeah. I don't. Never mind. I remember it now. It's like saying the top of your head is so flat you can balance a paper cup on
Yeah.
it.
My ass is so flat you could balance a whole Thanksgiving dinner on it. Said that joke before, and I don't regret saying it again. Ding!
Ding, 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 swing,
All right.
swing.
So Matt, I have to say this. How do you feel about something really, really old in game-wise? Something like a really classic Mario game. But then you remake it, okay? Has the same level design, same everything, but now it's been updated, it's smoother. How do you feel about that compared to the original? Do you think it's wrong to remake it? Or do you like how do you feel about something like that?
How do you feel?
Consumer wise, yeah, it's pretty fucking wrong because obviously they just want to make more money off something they already have.
Yeah.
But being the actual one that's using the product, like,
Do you want a more enhanced, updated experience though? Like, do you think aside from money, that is what would go through their mind?
first off, you can update Mario.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying visually and everything, like, how do you feel about something like that? It doesn't have to be just Mario. I'm just saying like an old game, you know, how do you feel?
I mean, they obviously have been doing it for years now, since 7th generation consoles.
Yeah, I know that, but how do you feel about it? Are you against it?
I mean, it just depends on what it is in general. Like
Yeah.
Mario, we don't need any more fucking Mario games, in my opinion. We have hundreds, it feels like, at this point.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanna see Mario.
Yeah, I agree, but I was just using it as an
Jacob,
example.
there's like 12 Mario Karts. Okay, we don't need any more.
Still want more.
Give me the Mario fighting game. Okay,
You know
where I
what?
can
That
rip
sounds
out
like a
Peach's
problem.
spine.
I'm out of here.
Mario Combat.
Mario Combat.
Fucking
You
psychopaths.
combine Mortal Kombat theme with Mario. That'd be fucking amazing.
Don't.
All right.
Oh my god.
Do you guys still use CDs, like music CDs?
When I bought my my first drove my new car home, since I didn't put my new radio in it, that's all I had to use for like 2 weeks. My one CD I own.
Yeah. See, I'm not a music guy, but I own a few music CDs from like a long time ago. They still work, but I'm just not into music, and the kind of music I like, you can't even really get fucking CDs for, I think, unless you just order them online or something. Like, I'm into movie soundtracks, just stuff like that. That's just me.
Like, if you search hard enough, Mike, you can find movie soundtracks on vinyl.
Yeah, and dude,
record.
that'd be so cool.
Because I know I went to a FYE in the mall about a year ago. Do you know what they had on fucking vinyl? They had the entire Saw soundtrack on vinyl.
Dude,
I was a broke bitch. I couldn't get it.
Do you want to know what I would want on a fucking vinyl soundtrack? No.
Oh, damn it.
Disney's Dinosaur, man. The fucking... I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's one of the greatest soundtracks ever made.
Yeah, there was some good scores in it.
Dude, I listen to that soundtrack all the time. It's better than the movie. Like, just listening to it on its own is fucking incredible. They put so much into that soundtrack. It's crazy. But I would love to have that. I would love to have Avengers Infinity War. Just
Bob's Burgers.
the Bob's Burgers soundtrack.
There's like two vinyls of like mixes of music that they released.
Interesting.
You know what, Mike? Don't need a vinyl of.
Huh.
We need a vinyl corny hyper.
No.
Yes.
We need a vinyl of that war song.
We need a vinyl of the Dream Battles theme song, which is technically not my theme song at all. I just say it is, which is not right.
Technically, Mike would have to make a longer version that's not 1:30.
But that's how long it is.
You extend it to 14 hours.
You can make the war song your theme song.
We'll extend it.
Okay, give me the program to do it.
Oh my god.
I'm not plugging that into Premiere Pro and just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
I thought about asking Gigi if he'd make a theme song, but I really like the music I have. I thought about it.
I think he's
I'll turn it into a genre I'm not even going to say on this fucking podcast.
It just sounds so. It sounds so epic in the intro. I don't know. Oh, dude, Matt, do you remember the original fucking soundtrack I used to have?
Nope.
For Dream Battles,
Nope. Nope.
It was just something I got off of iMovie. It sounds so bad. It's like the most boring fucking music ever.
So,
I'm MikeG, and welcome to Dream Battles.
just be happy I'm not your audio engineer for your episodes. Just tell you what.
You would do a lot better than me. Agreed.
Well, music wise, no, you'd probably kill me.
Oh yeah, definitely. You would be using all kinds of weird shit.
No, I'd be using a lot of dubstep, techno, metal, horny pop.
Like, I think the music. Okay, that's gonna be a whole nother discussion. I'm getting too much into music now. I can't think of any more questions to ask in terms of physical versus digital. I can't think of nothing.
We already talked about the big major ones like DVD, Blu-ray, vinyl records, CD.
Betamax, 8mm films.
You know what?
I'm talking about
Betamax.
I do have a question for you guys, and I'm not sure how to ask it though. It's kind of weird. So, okay, do you prefer the old days or do you prefer today's day? You know what I mean? Like, dude, when I was younger, maybe it was because of my age, but like with things not being so digital at the time. Like, goddamn, I'm a broken record. Things just felt more adventurous, you know, just like getting a physical copy or going to the movies or anything like that. Just, how do you guys feel about that? Like back then compared to now? Because clearly it's changed a lot, mostly for Matt and myself.
I think, yeah, it's changed for me too. For me, you guys ever heard of Family Video?
Yes, I actually used to go there quite often.
Yeah, me
Yes.
and my dad used to go there a lot. Rented some movies. Sometimes we even rent a game console. We rent their Wii to play some stuff as well. And when they closed down, I was so devastated because it felt like
tell me about it. Since I want to go on a side tangent. Say you were talking about Family Video. We used to have one in my hometown called Delmar. And holy shit, when I found out they closed in 2018, do you know how soul crushing it is to have a local rental business just go under for no reason?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I found out some of my favorite games, favorite movies.
You know, there's something that I'm beginning to realize at the moment is like, and I think this makes a really good point again on like just having, just like anything physical, just making a journey. I think there's more of a story to tell at the end of the day, even if it's something small like going to a Family Video and renting a movie or a game. There's it's just a different experience. And then, I mean, dude, what if I told you guys a whole story about me going, well, I got my TV today, went on to Netflix, and you wouldn't believe what I found. The new He-Man series. What an adventure I had, man. Sat on my couch, picked up that remote, clicked right on Netflix, and bam! It was right there. As opposed to me saying, man, we used to drive up there all the time, and there's just more story, to back then, I think. And I feel like that's,
definitely.
it's, I think the modern day kind of saddens me to some degree because digital stuff and streaming is so beneficial. I fucking love it. But there's something that just feels so empty. And there's just nothing digital or stream wise that will ever fill in that gap. Except I think for like having YouTubers, oddly enough, that's about as close as it gets for me.
I mean, that's kind of why I do all the older games, not in some of the newer shit, so you can have those blasts to the past and not.
Yeah,
because anyone can go get a cheap capture card and be like, I'm going to play the new Call of Duty.
Yeah,
but not everyone's going to be like, oh, I'm going to play this game from 2002.
Yeah, it's just, man, there's just so much more story. There really is, and yeah, like I'm finding myself just like getting nostalgic, just like thinking about disc alone. And there's going to be a day, guys, where disc are going to be the VHS. It's going to happen. Like nobody thinks of VHS anymore.
And it's technically that's how it is for DVD right now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, but the thing is that they're still on shelves.
But,
people can still buy them.
It's damn near impossible to find a DVD player.
Yeah, but that's why you have consoles that can play it too.
What if you're some 80-year-old woman who doesn't want to buy the new PS5 just to watch her freaking DVD from 2001?
Yeah, I know. I understand that, but the thing is, what I'm saying is there's going to be a day where you won't see DVDs on shelves anymore. And they're not going to sell that shit physically anymore. And you're not going to get games physically anymore, I think. There's going to be a day when you can only download the fucking shit or stream it.
Please
like,
no
it's going to happen.
Please no.
And we might not live to see it. I don't know. But it's going to happen. And that really sucks. And that really saddens me that and that this new generation of kids are going to grow up not knowing what it's like to get excited and fucking go somewhere and then get the thing and, and not, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This episode we're gonna call Mike is a broken fucking record.
We call this episode Mike's fucking ancient.
Put that in the description. And Mike, who's a broken fucking record.
You want me to update the fucking
description? Yeah, go ahead. Update the description. Mike, the broken record.
Why are you telling me to update it?
Because you're the one who uploads the videos.
Mike does the descriptions.
Well, that's not the way it was supposed to work.
Well, I can't write for shit, as we found out for the past 9 episodes. Okay.
You can write well. You're a better writer than you think. All you gotta do is edit that one little tiny part where you just put Mike is a fucking broken record.
Mike is a fucking mess. Done.
Mike is a fucking broken wrecking mess.
Jacob is a quiet bitch.
Yeah.
So before we end the episode, what streaming services do you guys have, or do you have any? I know, Mike. What do you have?
I used to have Netflix, which I enjoyed a lot. I wasn't sure about at first, but man, I got to watch the new Pacific Rim series at the time. I got to watch the new He-Man animated series, which people hate, but I don't fucking care. Loved it anyway. And I got to watch one of my favorite anime shows of all time, Baki, which is fucking awesome. I have had some great experiences with streaming at home, like just amazing binge watch experiences, man. Just being lazy and just being like, I fucking love it. Everything that I watch, So I used to have Netflix and I fucking loved it. I have Disney Plus, which I've been using to watch stuff with Jacob, and I'm really enjoying that as well. It's also really cool to just go back to old animated Disney films, and it is like a blast from the past, man. Like it's awesome, and I've actually got to revisit some of those movies, and I'm like, holy shit, that's way better than I actually remembered. And I'm actually considering making that my favorite Disney movie, and blah blah blah. And then of course you got like a bunch of Marvel stuff and Star Wars stuff, and that's really cool too. So yeah, I've also got Peacock, which I fucking love Peacock. Peacock, I've been watching sitcoms on it. I actually got to watch the new Jurassic World on it, and I think it's on Peacock. I've been watching Gabriel Iglesias's Fluffy's Food Adventures, which it has a few seasons, and it's really fun. I love it to death. Basically, the show is about Gabriel and his friends going like to eat something, and the next day they have to go work out. They have to go work out somehow, whether it's pole dancing or military training, and they have to burn off the calories. It's really fucking good. So yeah, I also have Pluto, which I use here and there, and that's pretty much it for me in terms of streaming services.
Matt, do you have anything?
I have the almighty of all streaming services, YouTube.
Yes,
YouTube
is my number one.
YouTube is now basically a streaming service. Like
it is. You can watch not just your favorite content creators' content. You could also watch movies.
You can watch movies,
TV shows, listen to music.
Yep.
I don't use it for music.
I don't know why I don't know why I didn't say YouTube. YouTube is by far the one that I use the most, like all the time. And the thing is, like, I will say this about streaming services. I don't fucking watch normal TV anymore.
Right. I don't either.
And yes, there's ads, but they're not nearly as painful as like a 15-minute fucking commercial.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, dude, a 20 to 30-minute experience turns into like an hour or like an hour and a half experience, all because of the dumbass commercials. It's stupid. So I just go on YouTube because ads are shorter and
skippable most of the time.
Yeah, and there's just a lot more joy in it. There's just so much more to watch, and you can watch whatever you want almost. Yeah.
Say I also use Spotify for my podcast purposes outside of this one.
Yes, I do use Spotify. Yep.
Because it just makes life easier. So much easier trying to listen to a podcast. For instance,
by the way, don't get YouTube Music.
I don't plan on
it. I already have YouTube Music.
Fucking hate it. You have to pay to. So basically, when it comes to like music and podcast services, you can turn off your screen and still listen. With fucking YouTube Music, I almost said Mewtwo Music.
YouTube.
With fucking YouTube Music, you have to pay monthly just to be able to turn your screen off.
Right.
How stupid is that?
But here's the cool thing I love about Spotify. Even if you don't have premium, you can still download podcasts.
Yeah. I also use Apple Podcasts too. It's pretty good.
Who the fuck has an Apple phone?
I have an iPad and I use Apple Podcast. And I know a lot of people who have Apple phones, actually.
So do I. That's a discussion for another time, gentlemen.
Yeah, but I do very much enjoy Apple Podcasts. And the cool thing about Apple Podcasts is that it automatically downloads certain episodes for me, especially the most current that come out that day. And the nice thing is that if I have a guard shack day, for instance, at work, and I'm stuck in there all day, I'll take my iPad with me, and all those podcasts will already be downloaded. No internet. That's the cool part. And so distractible episodes, all that stuff. Really nice.
Dead Meat Podcast. That's the best podcast.
I love Dead Meat.
I had never heard of that one. I'm going to have to check it out.
They do the kill count videos.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
They review movies, and tell you right now, they said some pretty interesting shit.
They were in the new Scream movie.
Yep.
Not a big Scream guy, but that is pretty cool.
All right, my streaming services that I have, of course, Disney Plus. That's why I've been watching with Mike. Hulu, ESPN Plus.
I used to have Hulu. I forgot about Hulu.
ESPN Plus. I have the Disney bundle that includes all 3 streaming services. Tubi, free TVs and movie. That's a really good app. Tubi. HBO Max, Paramount Plus, and Amazon Prime Video.
Nice.
I used to have Discovery Plus as well.
See, that's one I didn't mention, Discovery Plus. 'Cause I know Jacob's not happy
That's
with
the one.
Discovery.
Yeah, because they're ruining Warner Brothers. You want to know something? What they did? They destroyed Cartoon Network Studios.
I mean, it was already going downhill.
I know, but it's still shitty.
So everything stopped being good after Total Drama. Okay.
Steven Universe was so good.
No, I still have never seen Steven Universe.
I have to admit, Steven Universe does look really good.
Yeah.
I have to admit that.
Regular show.
Say it was after that the Adventure Time era, as I'm deeming it, when everything just went.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that another topic because we actually have we actually have an episode planned just for Cartoon Network.
Oh yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yep.
Why did I start slowly turning into Satan?
I don't know. That sounds like a.
Well, I don't know.
Something.
All right, so we have been Mac, Mike, and Jacob, and we are about everything. Say bye, guys.
See ya.
Hello.
Bye.
Mike.